I'll be declaring this meeting open, and in accordance with Clause 3 of Schedule 2.3 of the Local Government Act 1995, the Chief Executive Officer is to preside at the meeting until the office of President is filled. So that's how we'll be moving today. As acting temporary Chief Executive Officer, welcome to everyone who's come along today, and I'm declaring the meeting open at 8:30 a.m. We'll start with an acknowledgement and disclaimer. So I, as Temporary Chief Executive Officer, advise the following. The Yorkshire Council acknowledges the Balladong people of the Noongar Nation, who are the traditional owners of the country where this meeting is being held, and recognise their continuing connection to land, water, sky and culture. We pay our respects to all these people and their elders past, present and emerging. In accordance with Regulations 14I and 14J of the Local Government Administration Regulations 1996, notice is given that this meeting is being video and audio recorded to facilitate community participation and for minute-taking purposes. By being present at a meeting, members of the public consent to the possibility that their image and voice may be recorded. Audio recordings are published on the Shire's website following the meeting and may be released upon request to third parties. Members of the public are reminded that in accordance with Section 6.16 of the Shire of York Local Government Council Meetings Local Law 2016, nobody shall use any visual or vocal recording devices or instrument to record the proceedings of council without the written permission of the presiding member. I wish to draw attention to the disclaimer notice contained within the agenda document and advise members of the public that any decisions made at the meeting today can be revoked in accordance with Regulation 10 of the Local Government Administration Regulations 1996. Therefore, members of the public should not rely on any decisions until formal notification in writing from the Shire has been received. Any plans or documents in the agendas and minutes may be subject to copyright, not really relevant today. The express permission of the copyright owner must be obtained before copying any copyright material. Today we're swearing in our new councillors-elect, and declaration of the office bearers. So in accordance with Section 2.29 of the Local Government Act 1995, Section 13 of the Local Government Constitution Regulations 1998, and the Oaths, Affidavits and Statutory Declarations Act 2005, myself as Temporary Chief Executive Officer has invited Mr Rick Sullivan, JP, to perform the swearing-in ceremony. Thank you, Rick. And witness the declaration of office for the following councillor-elect. We have Councillor Elaine Ashford, Councillor Monique Hutchinson, Councillor Kevin Trent and Councillor Melissa Welsh, who will be declaring today. So we will go in alphabetical order. If I could welcome Mr Rick Sullivan, JP, up to the table. And if we could start with Councillor Elaine Ashford, if you could make your way to the end of the table where you'll be declaring your oath and sign in.
She does.
I, Elaine Ashford, having been elected to the office of Councillor of the Shire of York, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the Shire of York under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995. Thank you.
Congratulations, Councillor Ashford. And may I ask Councillor Monique Hutchinson also to walk up to swear in?
I, Monique Hutchinson, of having been elected to the office of Councillor of the Shire of York, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the Shire of York under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995.
And our congratulations to Councillor Hutchinson. Our returning Councillor Kevin Trent, if you could also attend to swearing.
That's me. You can read that out into the microphone. What pen behind?
I, Kevin Richard Trent, having been elected to the office of Councillor on the Shire of York, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fill the duties of the office of the people of the district, for the people of the district of York, according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the Shire of York under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995. It was declared at York on the 20th of October 2025. Thank you, Rick.
And congratulations to Councillor Trent. Councillor Melissa Welsh, if you could also stand.
I, Melissa Welsh, have been elected to the office of Councillor of the Shire of York, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the Shire of York under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995.
Congratulations to Councillor Welsh also. And now we have our full council. How fantastic. If we'll move towards selecting our Shire President and Deputy President. But I'll just wait for Vanessa to return to the chair. And thank you, Rick, for presiding over that. Right, so standing orders, there's no change to standing orders. Announcement of visitors, thank you again to Mr. Rick Sullivan, JP, for facilitating today. We do need to go through declarations of interest. So do we have any declarations of proximity interest for today? Declarations of financial interest? Disclosure of impartiality interests? Genuinely weren't expecting any, that's fine. That's quite normal for this. In attendance today we have Councillor Elaine Ashford, Councillor Chris Gibbs, Councillor Monique Hutchinson, Councillor Denise Smythe, Councillor Kevin Trent and Councillor Melissa Welsh. Staff today we have myself, Alina Behan, the Temporary Chief Executive Officer, Annika Burleson, who's our Acting Executive Manager, Corporate and Community Services. Welcome to your first meeting as acting CCS. Lyndon Mellor, our Executive Manager, Infrastructure and Development Services. Vanessa Green, our Council and Executive Support Officer. We do have apologies today for Councillor Kevin Pike. Leave of absence is previously approved for today, nil. And the number of people in the gallery at the commencement of the meeting was 6. Thank you for attending today. And now we'll move on to the election of Shire President and declaration of office, where I get to actually hand this back to someone else. How wonderful. So myself as Temporary Chief Executive Officer, I'm calling for nominations for the position of President of the Council for the ensuing 2 years. I do actually already have 2 nominations. So the following nominations were received. Councillor Gibbs was nominated by Councillor Gibbs, but also by Councillor Smythe. Do I have any other nominations? Thank you. I have also received a nomination for the position of President of the Shire of York from Councillor Trent, so we will have an election for this role. I'd like to offer you each 1 minute to outline your intent for the role of Shire President. I would start with Councillor Gibbs, as I received that nomination first.
Councillor Gibbs speaking. Thank you very much. The role of the presiding member is to preside over the meetings and preside over the council. I think that what I will bring to the role is dynamic leadership. I will bring to the role a sense of empathy, especially for a brand new council. And I will bring forward thinking and positivity to present the council and preside over the council in a way that is in harmony with the administration and the community. We need decisive leadership as the presiding member. We need to be dynamic in our decisions and our decision-making process. And I'm very passionate about making sure that we have a lot of support for our new council members. We're looking at the sort of training and support and workshopping to get everyone up to speed and get everyone confident and dynamic as soon as possible. Thank you.
Councillor Trent, if I can invite you also to speak.
Put my name forward to carry on in the position of Shire President. The Shire President is not only take the meetings and deal with the CEO on a day-to-day basis, but he's also the spokesman for the Shire. And as you've probably seen, it's my role to produce an item for the newspaper, to speak to the radio, speak to television, and also to represent Shire on such things as AROC, Local Government Association Zone Meeting, and other functions where someone is required to speak on behalf of the Shire. Having been a councillor for 41 years now, I believe that I have the capacity to lead this council. We certainly do need to get together and work together because we're representing the community of York. It's a great place, and the council has, in the past, has moved it forward, and I intend to keep it moving forward. Thank you, councillors.
Thank you, Councillor Gibbs and Councillor Trent, for those words. So what we will do now is we will actually just vote quickly. So we're going to draw for the position on the ballot paper. So that will actually be done by Nessa's just putting the names now into blue eggs, unusually, because that is an election standard. And I will ask, nothing in there, not even a rabbit. And I will ask if our JP, Mr. Rick Sullivan, could actually draw the first name out of the hat, please. So Councillor Gibbs will receive the first place on the nomination paper, which will then obviously be followed by Councillor Trent. So just bear with us. It's going to take a little bit of time. We actually now need to manually write those out for everyone. So there'll be 6 votes today as Councillor Pike is not in attendance. They'll be handed around for everyone to vote. Confirming it is Councillor Trent as the second person. Then we'll ask in alphabetical order. We'll ask each of you to go to the podium. write your nomination out there, just so that you've got privacy from here. We'll count those votes to make sure we do have 6. Once that's completed, we will retire to the dining room, where we will then actually do the count and then come out and announce who will be sworn in as show president. Then our JP, Rick Sullivan, will also be swearing them in, and then I'll hand the meeting over to our new show president. So talk amongst yourselves, and we'll be back in a minute. So I might actually just ask around the table if that's okay. So Councillor Trent, if you could go up to the lectern and complete your voting. When you have completed it, if you could then put it into the white box using the slot provided. Councillor Ashford, if I could invite you up. Councillor Gibbs, if I may. Councillor Welsh. Councillor Hutchinson. And last but not least, Councillor Smythe. Thank you. So we will retire now to the dining room to count the votes and return with the actual results shortly. So thank you, everyone. An election was held in accordance with Schedule 2.3 of the Local Government Act 1995 with the Temporary Chief Executive Officer, myself, our Council Exec Support Officer and Mr Rick Sullivan, JP, conducting a count of votes. On a vote of 5 votes to Councillor Gibbs, to 1, Councillor Gibbs was declared as Shire President of the Shire of York. So congratulations, Councillor Gibbs. You will now be our Shire President. In accordance with that, I would like to invite Mr Rick Sullivan again to perform the swearing-in ceremony and witness the declaration of office for Councillor Gibbs as Shire President. Councillor Gibbs, if you could attend the end of the table.
That's it. Okay, if you can start to read that out. Sure.
I, Chris Gibbs, having been elected to the office of Shire President of the Shire of York, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the Shire of York under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995.
Congratulations, Shire President Gibbs, and I welcome you to take the chair. It is now 8:53, where the President's taking chair at 8:53 a.m.
Thank you very much. Councillor Gibbs has taken the chair at 8:53 a.m. and we will continue on with the election of your Deputy Shire President and declaration of office. Okay, so as Shire President, I'm calling for nominations for the position of Deputy Shire President of the Council for the ensuing 2 years. We've received a nomination for Councillor Smythe, who was nominated by Councillor Gibbs, and we have just received another nomination from Kevin Trent, nominating Kevin Trent. So there will be an election. Are there any further nominations? There are not. Therefore, I will hand over to the temporary CEO for the next election.
We will conduct the process the same as the others, so we will use our blue eggs to select the first name for the ballot paper, and then, as in the same way that we did with the other, I'll invite everyone up to vote once we have the ballot paper marked. So Councillor Smythe is our first number on the ballot paper. And confirming Councillor Trent will take the second space. So Vanessa will now hand out the papers and I will call each councillor up. As the head of the table, I'd like to invite Councillor Gibbs to start. Councillor Trent, if you could please make your vote. Thank you. Councillor Ashford, if you could also place your vote. Thank you. Councillor Welsh. Thank you. Councillor Hutchinson, if you could vote, please. Thank you. And Councillor Smythe. Thank you. We'll retire now to count the vote and let you know the results shortly. So the Shire President called for nominations for the position of Deputy Shire President, which we have conducted on a vote of 5 votes to 1. Councillor Smythe was declared as the Deputy Shire President. Congratulations. So if I can invite you to swear in as well.
I want to do it. I, Denise Smythe, having been elected to the office of Deputy President of the Shire of York, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honesty and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people of the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the Shire of York under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act of 1995.
That's it. Thank you. No, that's it. That's it.
You sign it, right?
Yeah.
So the Deputy Shire President has taken her seat at 9:02. Congratulations, Councillor Smythe. I'd like to just thank Councillor Trent for nominating for both those positions and recognise your continuing service as Shire President for the last 2 years also. And now I'd like to hand back to our Shire President.
Thank you very much. Now we have the draw for position at the council table. This is where everyone will sit for the remainder of this term until the next election in 2027. Okay, so I will hand back over to the temporary CEO to allot the position to council for each member.
So we actually, as per our standing orders, we allot alphabetically. So this will be fun for me to work it all out today. So Councillor Ashford, you'll be sitting next to our Deputy Shire President. So you're in the right seat already. Fantastic. Councillor Hutchinson, if I could invite you to swap seats with Councillor Trent. Councillor Pike will be our next placement, and as we would normally have, he will be sitting to the left-hand side of the CEO. Our next placement will be... Councillor Trent, absolutely, who is actually assuming the right seat. Well done. Councillor Welsh, if you could move to the other side of the table, next to our Executive Manager, Infrastructure and Development Services, that would be the formal placement for the remainder of the term. Thank you very much. And on that, I will hand back to our Shire President. So I've completely messed that up. Wrong way around.
Thank you very much. And how about a round of applause for our new council, everyone? And thank you very much to the temporary CEO and the administration for handling all of that so well. Now, although it's an SCM, we do technically have question time. If there are any questions from the public, we could take those now, but please be aware that question time for this SCM is only for this agenda, so it's only questions about what you've witnessed today. If there are any questions from the floor, at 9:05 a.m. question time is opened. And no takers. At 9:05 a.m. we will close question time. Double checking to see if there's any applications for leave of absence.
Yes, from the 3rd of November.
Microphone, please, Councillor Trent.
From the 3rd of November to the 18th of November, I will be over in the eastern states. I'm applying for leave for between those dates.
Okay, so we need to put that to a vote to accept that leave of absence. Can we have a show of hands from council, please? Oh, sorry, we need a seconder as well for that. If I move it.
I'm happy to second it.
Okay, apologies. Let's take a vote on that, please. And that's 6-0 in favour. Thank you, Councillor Trent. We also have one from Councillor Ashford, I believe.
Yes, I'm going on leave as of tomorrow, returning on the 31st. I'll be back in York on the 1st of November.
Okay, so we'll move that application for leave of absence. Can I get a seconder, please?
I'm happy to second.
Seconded by Deputy President Smythe. Can we take a vote on that leave of absence, please, councillors? Councillor Trent, can I double check your vote on that, please? Okay, so that's carried 5. Is Councillor Ashford allowed to vote? You are permitted. Apologies, let's make that 6-0. Thank you very much. Are there any other applications for a leave of absence at this point? There are none. We'll move on. So just a quick announcement, the new councillors, congratulations on your election. To our returning councillor, congratulations on your re-election. And to our ongoing councillors, thanks for your continued service. Councillor Pike isn't here today. There's probably a lot of things going through the minds of the new councillors. So let's focus that as best we can and just think about the very next thing that we need to do, which is the agenda briefing tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. Those of you that are going to be in attendance. So you have the agenda, read it today, read it tomorrow. It is a brief OCM this time around. Thank you very much to the CEO and the administration for that. So tomorrow you will have the opportunity on each item to ask for points of clarification or ask questions. We'll make sure that you know when to do that, and we'll make sure we'll guide you, and it's going to be a really, really positive step forward. So we'll get you through that, and then next month you'll get to experience the full meeting cycle, which would have a concept forum at the front end, followed by an agenda briefing, followed by an OCM, and then everything will start to make a lot more sense then. Okay, so plenty of support moving forward, and we'll look forward to seeing you all at the very first agenda briefing with our new council tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. Sure. We also have another item from the Shire of 2J on behalf of the Avron Regional Organisation of Council, which is AROC. There's an invitation to councillors to attend the upcoming joint induction and networking event, which is to be hosted at the 2J Recreation Centre on Saturday, the 25th of October, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I assume there's also an email going out to council for that. If any of you can attend and would like to attend, please respond via the email that's gone out. Okay.
I'm happy to put my apologies in for that. I have a 100th birthday party to attend on that day and a wedding.
Thank you, Deputy President Smythe, for that. Is there anything else you would like? Okay, thank you. Okay, there's another announcement as well. Friday the 14th of November, Walga will be hosting a seminar for new councillors who are elected at the upcoming, well, at the now happened local government elections. The seminar is designed to help new councillors understand the roles and responsibilities. You will also have your compulsory training coming up as well, and plenty of extra training from us too. Let's have a look and see when that is. There's a link that has been sent to you regarding how to register for that, so check your emails, okay, if you're interested in attending. All right, we'll keep you posted. That's all that we have. Is there anything more from the temporary CEO and the administration?
Just to welcome you all on board again, and just to reaffirm that we are going to do a lot of inductions for you, so as well as the ones that Councillor Gibbs has already mentioned, we will also be running a range in-house, and that's just to make sure that you start strong and feel comfortable in your new roles. So welcome.
Deputy President Smythe has just mentioned that there's some training specific to recruiting a new CEO, which is going to be one of the first orders of business for the new council. It's Monday, November the 3rd, I believe. There will be information on that as well in case any of the newer councillors would like to attend. But again, we will speak more about that too. Okay? Well, if there's nothing further, then that brings this special council meeting to a close. Thank you very much to everyone for your attendance. I look forward to the next 2 years, out to the next election cycle, and let's do some great work together. I'll consider this meeting closed at 9:12 a.m. Thank you very much for your attendance. Okay.